How you doing? How you be? Top to the AB. And oh my God, my glasses are dirty. And then they fall off. Okay. Day two of trying to come up with the concept and finishing up the painting. And so yeah, so basically I've been trying to move from one room to another because I needed more space. I wanted to be able to create more consistent content and actually have more than one viewing angle. So I've been working on repainting the my bedroom basically, and I just will be sleeping on the floor or something. But none of that really matters. All that really matters is the end result. Plus, I wanted to practice how vlogging. So basically, I'm using the Weeble S to vlog. But it was originally I was having a lot of issues with it. Like in the first video, what was happening is like I think my hand was actually pressing one of the buttons, which was making it lose focus. Because when it has it, it looks like it's nailing it pretty well, and I can walk around pretty comfortably without having to worry about it. And if I have my arm starts to get fatigued, I can just put my other arm on it, and it still comes out pretty well. So without jumping into my face. So it works out pretty well, and this is a lot smoother than it was yesterday. So I'm kind of liking it. We'll see how it goes. So far, it looks like it's going pretty well. But in any event, I'll talk about that in a later date. But back to the room tour. So I decided to go with the black. What I wanted was basically the absence of light. I wanted to be able to diffuse light from any situation in order to give me a sort of dark look. I kind of want to go with like a black purplish look, kind of like Gengar. Basically, the whole room is inspired by the concept of Gengar. So black and purple and stuff like that, nightshade basically. So let's take a look. So this is the room here. As you can see, that is a portable AC from Honeywell. I think it's a BTU 800. I got it from this guy here. I got it from Amazon back when I was mining. I needed to find a miner. Well, my miner was generating too much heat, so I had to buy a bunch of portable ACs. But at the time, Bitcoin was kind of like at its highest. So because of that, it wasn't that big of a deal because I was making pretty good money just from running multiple miners in this little condo. But it worked out for the best. But yeah, see how much smoother that is? And that is the Xeon Weeble S, because I was basically, my issue with vlogging has always been weight. Because my arm just be tripping out on me. I don't know why. It's not like I don't lift weights or something, but my arm just wants to give up the ghost. So whenever I want to make videos like this, it's always kind of hard because it's just difficult for me to find something that is that I already have, because I already bought all my cameras, but that I have that also gives me ability to be able to talk and walk and do the things that I want to do while still holding a camera. But this one seems to be doing exactly what I wanted to do without going too crazy on me, and still gives me a pretty decent look without going GoPro-ish, even though GoPro is pretty good too. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Let's go ahead and take a look at my idea plan and how I imagine this working. I don't know if this is actually gonna be good or bad, but at least we'll find out together. 4M, how you doing? How you be? Top to the AB. And I'm still kind of in the designing phases of this particular room, the studio setup that I'm trying to get done so that I could have multiple camera angles. And it got me thinking about a situation that I'll run into that I know some other people may run into, but nobody really creates videos on them. I'm sorry, let me get you guys away from that light. That nobody really creates videos on, and I figured it's something that needed to be addressed or something that needs to be at least talked about. Let's say you are wanting to be like a Twitch streamer or a gamer of some sort, and you have multiple PCs. You have a gaming PC and you have a streaming PC. Well, that streaming PC can utilize anywhere between 200 to 550 watts from the wall, depending on exactly what you're streaming. And then the gaming PC can be even worse. It can utilize anywhere between 200 to 600 watts from the wall. You put those two guys together, and you're looking at 1100 watts plus from the wall. Throw in a couple monitors and some lights, and you could pop a 15 amp circuit very, very quickly. And basically the things that you want to set up, it just may not be possible on a 15 amp circuit. So when you run into situations like this, like for example, this room here, and it's not even an older property, this property was made in like the 90s, but this room here, all of the outlets are run into on the exact same circuit, but it's kind of interesting. So if you look at this guy, and we take a look at these outlets, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 outlets here. And for these 4 outlets, they all go to the exact same 15 amp circuit. And that 15 amp circuit controls like 10 other outlets throughout this house. It's stupid. It's stupid. It really is stupid the way it's set up. And so when you run into situations like this, when you have, you know, multiple outlets that all go to the exact same circuit, and they're the ones that you actually want to use, what you want to get is what's called a dedicated circuit, particularly a dedicated 20 amp circuit, which is around 1800 watts or more if you can, because that guy gives you a lot more real estate to work with. And 1800 watts being the max before you can flip the breaker, not the maximum that it can actually hold. So I would recommend, you know, going for a dedicated outlet, but those guys are really pricey. In my mining days, I actually had to get 4 of those guys, 4 dedicated outlets. And when I got that, that ended up being right around $1,200. So $300 per outlet. It's not cheap. I recommend that if you are gonna do it, go ahead and get them all done at the same time. That way you don't have to pay another trip charge. And, but if you don't have a situation like mine where you have other outlets that are on different circuits, just run a cable from those guys into the room that you're trying to set up and use that circuit instead. So one of the first things that you want to check is power, because that can be a huge pain. And then you may, you know, do things like paint and start moving in furniture and stuff like that. And then come to find out, you got to install a dedicated outlet because you don't even have enough power to run half the things you just bought. So be mindful of this because it can really come to bite you in the butt. And I wanted to make a quick video of it just to explain to people and so that they're aware, something to be noted and be aware of whenever you're trying to design your own space. And that is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and like button. If you really like it, I'm going to subscribe. I love you all the way. Take care. All the best and bye.